Okay, in this video we're going to look at the various ways to add images to your mobile website. We've already seen in the text widget that you can add an image within that. This next three ways are going to show you a few more flexible ways to add images. And we'll start off with the single image widget. And simple again, just drag and drop it onto the page, and we can move it up again afterwards. And very simply, choose an image by pressing the button from your file, or if you've got your images located online, you can just enter the URL. Now, if you wanted to add some an alternate text in here, it's always advisable because that's good for SEO. And then upload the image. And as you'll see, it dynamically appears on your builder sample here. Now, the various things that we can do: we can link to an external or an internal URL, and if you leave the field blank, then if someone touches the image, clicks on the image, taps on the image, then it'll open up as a full size full screen image. Okay, some small design elements. Really all that we have here is just to add a border. You don't really need to be doing too much to images, but you can add a border just to make it stand out a little more on the page, and you can adjust the size of that as well. But again, there's just don't need much more than that. Right, the size of the image itself, you can actually adjust using this slider, so you can make it smaller on the page or larger, or you can make the image full width, so it'll expand to the full width of whichever phone it's being viewed on. And you can also add, as usual, a title with the usual options to change the text on that. And that's very simply how you add a single image. Press save. And obviously, if you want to send it to the live website, then press publish all changes. Now, we're just going to pop that one out. Again, down here, just to remind you, if you want to edit the settings, then press the little paintbrush and palette. If you want to take the widget out, then just press the X, agree to it, and it will pop it out. Okay, the next thing we're going to look at is the gallery. And this is for people with portfolios and everything else. So very simply, to add an image, you press add. If you've got the URL of the image, then enter the URL. If you want to upload files, then you can upload them more than one at a time. Just select how many you want to upload. Make sure they're all roughly the same size. Just to make it look a little better. And press open, and then we'll upload all 5 images. Oh, yep, all 5. And it will just appear on the page as a little thumbnail, and then when people press on it, it will open up into full screen, and they'll be able to scroll through by swiping each one of those. Again, default by putting gallery in here, but perhaps you want to call it something else like portfolio, and you can adjust the background here, so the text for the title, and that's it. You can add a little description for each one. If you wanted to, and it'll just, that description will appear on the page when they click open the image itself. And then again, just save that, and again, to send it to the live website, press publish all changes. Okay, we'll just pop that one out. And the third and final way of adding images to the website is to use a slideshow. And again, there's a few more settings and design elements on this one, but first of all, we'll start off by adding some images, and we'll pick some of these ones down here. 1, 2, 3, 4 will do. Okay, and they're all uploaded. Again, you can add a description in each one. As you can see, the default setting is to have the thumbnails underneath so that people can navigate between them just by pressing on the thumbnails. You also got the arrow buttons here, which are, again, is a default setting, but when we get to the settings in a second, you'll see that we can change all of that. Okay, now in the settings we've got several options. We can have the slider set to full width, or not, and then we can turn the navigation arrows on and off. If we want to show the thumbnails or not, we can turn that off. If we'd added any descriptions, we can turn that on and off again. And if you want to adjust the size, you can do so by adjusting the slider. Okay, the time here is defaults to 100 seconds to change the slides from one to the next. I would say that you're probably better with something like 5 seconds. And then here we've got a few transitions that you can use for the different slides. So you can have them sliding horizontal or and then on the design tab you can change the color of the font for the description, and you can add, there's a border already on it, a black border on it, you can turn that off or change the color of the border and the width of the border. So the font here is for the descriptions if you added any, then the usual settings for the title. And that's it. That's how to add a slider. And again, to publish the changes to the live website, you would hit publish all changes. Now, without arrows on here, it is touch optimized, so people can literally just slide their finger across it to slide from one slide to the next. Okay, and that's 3 ways to add images to your website. And that's all for this video.